Hello everyone, it is me Vegeta T23 and welcome back to my new What If. Today we're talking about what if Saiyans were good. Before I start, I'd like to mention that I created a Discord server for you to join. The link is in the description of this video, so if you'd like to join in and talk to me and the rest of my fans, it's there. I'd also like to mention that I created an Instagram so you can survey my very uninteresting life. I mainly post OSA stuff. Now back to the video. In the last part, we discussed the roots of Kakarot and Raditz, and training with Roshi. Since they are much more powerful, plus they can go Super Saiyan, they taught Krillin and Roshi some of their own tricks. At the Tenkaichi Budokai, it went pretty much the same, but with our Saiyans as the finalists, in which Goku won by mere luck. Raditz got a massive Zenkai from that, and the rest of the Saiyan body started using that too. Kami predicted Frieza coming much sooner, so the Saiyans began preparing. It ended with King Cold dead and Frieza destroying Earth, so a trip to Namek was necessary. Once they wished Earth back, they had a choice to stay or go back to Sadala. The majority went back to Sadala, with Prince Vegeta becoming the new Earth's king. Then the Red Ribbon Army attacked the Saiyans. The most they did is no damage, but Vegeta did quick work of them, so they don't pose a threat for Earthlings. With the recap out of the way, let's continue the what if. Kakarot and Raditz are preparing for yet another Tenkaichi Budokai after so long, and this time as adults. However, when they arrive there, they sense a weird and familiar presence. Raditz looks up to see Piccolo and gets defensive as Piccolo comes up to him, telling him his revenge is finally in effect, as he will bring Raditz down for what he's done to his father. Raditz has confirmed his suspicions and is looking forward to see how the son fights. With that, the canon fights still happen and all, but instead of Raditz fighting Piccolo, it's Kakarot, and the new and reborn Piccolo does fairly good, but comes out defeated and shat on. Kakarot and Raditz then begin the final match, and this is the rematch of the last one. Now that they're both adults and are much more experienced in combat, being well known among humans, they can use their transformations, and they hit it off with a bang. Both Kakarot and Raditz go at it at massive speeds, which no one sees in the bleachers. They then transform, and now no one can even see them whatsoever unless they come to a standstill. Raditz and Goku stop for a moment and have a bit of a nostalgia attack. They continue the battle, and the fight is mostly double-sided, with both having their ups and downs, but eventually Raditz is taken over. Since Kakarot promised he's not gonna use any weird tricks, he's not draining Raditz dry. Raditz took his win and made it even with his brother, not only by that, but he also split the prize too. Before they can celebrate it, both of them received a call. There's a distress signal on planet Namek and to send someone strong. They know their kids will arrive soon, so they decide to send Broly, being the most powerful. Broly arrives on Namek to see Frieza and his goons trying to wipe the whole planet of life. Broly knew their Dragon Balls revived Frieza and went to meet up with the Saiyans there. Having that done, Broly tells them they're all safe now and that he's come to the rescue. He tells them to get rid of his force, while he's taking on Frieza himself. Frieza sees Broly and immediately shits his pants, knowing Broly killed him, but still having hope, knowing he could just blow this planet up too. Broly asked why is he back after he destroyed and now restored Earth. Frieza was speechless to hear Earth is back to normal, so he got even more angry and attacked Broly then and there in his full power. Broly turned Super Saiyan and started fighting Frieza then and there. After a short skirmish, they come to a standstill. Frieza despises Broly and just wants to kill him. Meanwhile, Broly can't really help but laugh, telling Frieza this is his final end as the Frieza Force is about to disband any minute now. Frieza looks on just as one of the Saiyans throws a pool into the ground. Frieza gets his counter and tells the Ginyu Force to come this instant to take down the monkeys that gave him the hard time back on Earth. With Ginyu Force on their way, Frieza is feeling confident of the backup for his next survival, but he's taken down right after that with a punch from Broly so strong that the green aura of Broly's shot out and Frieza's head went flying, decapitating the tyrant. Broly threw a ki wave at Frieza's body and then went for his head. Literally. He took it and saw Frieza's gaping eyes. Broly just let his head fall on the ground and kicked it so far into space with so much force it disintegrated mid-air. With that, Broly regrouped with the Saiyans from Sadala and told them to use Super Saiyan to combat the Ginyu Force, which they did when Broly left. Broly came back and was welcomed with Kakarot's wife in labor, with Vegeta, Tarbo, Bardock, Kakarot and Raditz waiting in a hospital waiting room. Broly said he succeeded with the task and that the threat is over. They all just thanked him for going there as backup and went to town impatiently waiting for the newborn. After hours and hours of waiting, we had the little one. Kakarot was first to become the father. When Bardock asked of the name for the baby boy, Kakarot looked back and forth a couple of times and decided to drop the old man's name and called him Saluri. Chi-Chi was actually quite fond of the name and kept at it. Even the little one liked his new name. It's been a long time of peace. 16 years to be exact, and a lot has happened. The reason behind this large time gap is because the androids don't exist since Jiro is long gone and no future people arriving in the timeline. Back to the kids talk, Vegeta has 2 children, Trunks and Bulla. Kakarot got another kid called Kato. Raditz has 3 children and has taken Kakarot's opportunity for his child to call his son after the grandpa. They are called Bardock Jr., Saloom, and Kana. Tarbo also has a child, which he let his wife name, and the name is Suni. With all that, Saluri went to high school on demand of his mother, but still kept up with his training. One particular girl picked up an interest for him, which is, of course, Videl. They started hanging out and eventually dating. Videl is interested in Saluri's techniques and wants to be taught by him, so Saluri does teach her. Being a Saiyan, he has no remorse when training people and gets straight to the hardcore training. During one of their sessions, Videl mentions the up-and-coming Tenkaichi Budokai and suggests they fight there. Saluri accepts the proposal under the condition he can invite a bunch of his friends and family, to which Videl says sure. So his entire family, Vegeta and Tarbo, are in. He even managed to squeeze in Krillin, knowing Kakarot and Raditz will invite him too. 1 month later, they get to the tournament grounds and are met by yet unknown people. 2 weird alien-like people and 2 guys with M's on their foreheads. So you know what that means, alright? The tournament starts just like in canon, but Videl doesn't get folded. Rather, she folds Popovich. When it came time for Saluri to fight, his power was significantly lower than his canon counterpart Gohan, but he was still jumped and Kaioshin paralyzed him, also telling the squad what's happening and filling them in on Boo. The Saiyans are mad the gods actually brought their troubles on their planet, but decided to play along, thinking not much of it. Kakarot, Raditz and Vegeta went in to investigate alone, while Saluri is being healed. Once healed, Saluri and Videl went to where the Saiyans originally headed. They met up with the Saiyans at the outskirts and saw the 2 they met at the tournament handing over the thing they used to suck the energy out of Saluri to someone. Bardock told Raditz to go tell Broly about this and return with him, so he did. They just observed for now and assessed their power levels. They determined that the weakest is the boss and the 4 of them are his goons. So they came to a brilliant idea to kill the boss with a long-range beam. So Vegeta fires a death beam fast enough for the strong ones to not notice, but strong enough to kill the boss. The beam actually succeeds and of course they get spotted. With that, the fight for their lives is about to begin. And with that, we're leaving things be for now. Thank you for watching. If you think I stream also too much, then click dislike, but if you like the video, hit that like button. If you'd like me to cover your idea in the near future, comment down below. And as always, peace out.